Chicago.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shayna Mathikoini. My name is Shayna Mathikoini. My parents are Stella and Lawrence Joroge. I'm the first namesake of Shosho Lizzie, and I'm very honored to be giving the grandchildren tribute today. So I'm joined here with my sister, my brother, and then my cousins who are here. They'll be named in the speech. So it's a bit different from what's in the booklet. So you might not be able to follow, but please listen keenly to hear such wonderful things about my shosho. So we're 12 of us in total, grandchildren. Ayana Wanjiro, Shayna Modoni, Ethan Boro, Jonathan Gige, Sydney Boro, Shaza Kerich, Jay Boro, Shamil Modoni, Lizzie Modoni Karaoke, Ian Boro, Philip Begwa, and Lizzie Modoni Wanyoike. Shosho was an amazing woman who did so many incredible things. She was a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, and was invited to speak at different churches and events all the time. She was always on the go, however, took the time to stop along the way and see great potential in everyone she came across. As much as we admire her work so immensely, to us, at the end of the day, she was just Shosho. She was a joyous woman who, with her generous heart, always gave us chocolates, warm hugs, and consistently opened her home to us to have sleepovers whenever we wanted, or whenever she just wanted her grandkids around. She ensured that her home was our home too. During these stays at her house, she would ask us how school was, or if we were doing any new sports or clubs. There was never a doubt in our minds that she was genuinely interested in our lives and who we were becoming. I can vividly remember a conversation I had had with her before going off to the US for university. We were on the swing outside her house, and I told her fears and worries about moving across the world and being independent, and about making new friends and leaving my old ones. But despite how worried I was, she didn't fail to tell me how proud she was of me, and how much she knew I would excel in everything I did. She encouraged me to be strong, and said that she had no doubt in the world that I would have an amazing time in my next step in life. I took her words with me all the way to the US. This immeasurable pride she felt extended to all of us grandchildren in many different and unique ways. Shosho was a very busy woman, but never failed to spend time with us and to show us how much she loved us. When such a busy woman makes time for you, you know you are special. Our Shosho was a very brag-worthy Shosho, and I know bragging is not good, but as kids we couldn't help but say, my Shosho owns this, or my Shosho has done that. And looking back at those, all the way up to now, we can't help but smile at the many things she has accomplished, and the countless number of people she has touched. All in all, us grandchildren are so grateful to have been able to experience life with a Shosho like ours, someone so humble and ready to help others. I know my younger cousins, who are not standing with us today right now, who may not have gotten the chance to interact with Shosho in the ways that us older grandchildren did, will grow up hearing nothing but wonderful and uplifting words about Shosho Lizzie. Shosho has taught us many things throughout her life, like how to have a generous heart no matter what, and to hold on to what truly matters. Although her loss deeply pains us, for the past few months, she bravely fought through her illness, instilling a fighter in each and every one of us. When we look around this room, all we can think is how crazy it is now realizing after her passing truly how many people she positively impacted and how many lives she had a hand in developing. Although we now use the words she was or she used to be, she will always be our Shosho, a powerful, determined, and sacrificially loving individual whose absence will be forever felt. There's something I want to pick out from the tribute in this booklet that I can't end my tribute without saying. The twinkle in your eyes when you saw us achieve something, no matter how small, was a testament to your pride and belief in our potential. You are our biggest cheerleader, offering encouragement and support in our every endeavor. She was our cheerleader as much as we were hers, through everything that she did. So, Shosho, thank you for everything. You will be missed dearly, and may you rest in peace forever.
Hopefully I can make it through this song. But I have a song that I would love to sing. I sang it for my shosho at one of her book launchings. I didn't think it was. I don't know. You never know how big these things are until someone tells you, "Oh yeah, your shosho writes books," and I'm like, "Oh cool." But the song. I get the lyrics. I feel like really exemplifies who she was and who she was to so many people. She was a light, and she just lit candles in everybody's hearts everywhere she went.
Praise the Lord. My name is Rachel Kavedi, younger sister to Lizzie. I'm born again. I want to thank all of you for coming to stand with us at a time like this when we don't have words to say. But being here is so comforting. We know that we are not mourning my sister alone. I'm going to read on behalf of all our siblings. My sister and I spent much more time together. You know, sisters are always together. So I'm going to read a little bit, a specialized one for myself and another one for my sister Sylvia, who is standing here. And then I'll talk about my brothers and what they would have wanted me to say. My sister Lizzie told me when I was a baby, she was put in charge of taking care of me. And as soon as I finished primary school, Lizzie had just gotten married. And she insisted to my parents that she would be taking care of me, she begged me to stay with her. My younger brother tagged along, and he was only at home, being the last one. And the two of us went to stay with her. She brought us up together with her adopted children, Anne, who is here, Peter and David. Anne and I grew up as sisters. We even used to wear same clothes. She would go to St. Michael's that time, and she would shop for us the same kind of clothes, and we just walked around all our lives as sisters until, of course, we got married. She came to me, and that's when Tony and Stella and Kiki were born. Kiki, you're not telling the truth, you've been beaten many more times, it's not just once. Every time we would pick you from school, because we didn't buy you chocolate on a daily basis, we used to throw either one socks or one shoe out of the window. So you can imagine that, yes, that was you. Later, when I joined college, she used to visit me every weekend, and unlike my brother Kerawa used to get loads of money. In fact, I'm a shop my friend who I thought I saw, can attest the fact that I used to lend my friends money because she in the amount I want, she could never say to more to me. So I don't know, that one was between two of you. I got everything I wanted. We continued to date very closely as adults, even after I got married and had my own children. In fact, my soon-to-be husband had to go and see her and her husband Joshua. They are the ones who organized how they would go and meet my parents and what to do and what to say. Then when I finished college, even though Temple College was a private college, and I was doing teaching, Then she still insisted that I should go and teach there for teaching practice. And that is where I started teaching with her until the time NIPS started. When we started NIPS, the confidence Jenga was talking about was James Wanyoike, engineer Morelli, who is here, I saw him sometime, and myself. So that is how I ended up being a director. I used to take care of curriculum development, customer care, manager, lecturer, human resource, and many other roles. Liz was the kindest and most generous and forgiving person I've ever known. She loved her family and members dearly. She loved spending time with her siblings and would drive all of us packed in her station wagon. She drove to Kiganjo to see her older brother, Jones, who used to work there. He was a fun-loving brother, so that's where we would go and have a lot of fun over our home weekend. And whenever she traveled overseas, she brought something for all her siblings together with their spouses, and took turns, and took those items personally to each home. Whatever they did, doesn't matter whether they were a country or whatever they were, she would just use them and hand them over individually. Even when Lizzie was extremely busy in her public life, the first people she would invite to her events were her siblings and family, and made time to attend all their special events, no matter where it was. When she finally fell sick, we spent even more time together with her, checking in on her 2 to 3 times a week. We would sit outside with my other Sylvia, my sister Sylvia here, and joke about everything except dwelling on her sicknesses. Sometimes when she was lying down on the sofa there, I would just be thinking she's asleep and I would be watching her and almost feeling like I want to cry. She would open one eye and tell me, "Don't worry so much about me. I will be fine, and you will be fine." When it became apparent that she was leaving us, we sat down beside her bed, reminding her of her faith, and she went peacefully with all of us loving on her, encouraging her that to be present from the body is to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord, which is a win-win, as she was a born-again Christian and she was just going to be with Jesus. I'm going to read my sister Sylvia's tribute. My sister and I used to fight over everything: clothes, chores. Even when she was young, Liz was a very social person and a little mischievous, and was always on the move. Sometimes that meant she did not complete her responsibilities at home, so I was the one to cover for her. Our mother would discover what she was doing, and I got the punishment for both of us, as I was a little bit older. When we grew up and got married, we brought up our children together, and every other weekend was spent either at her house or my house. We enjoyed taking the children out together, and they grew up to be very, very close, like Tony, Martin, Carol, and Smalley, Victor. Richard, as one of the caregivers, I spent almost every day with her in the last 6 months of her life, whenever she was in the country. We never allowed her to dwell on her illness. Instead, reminiscing about the good old days and dreaming about the future, when she would get better. She did get better, just not in the way we hoped she would. As girls, we were very close to each other, but even if our brothers came and speak, they would tell the same stories of Lizzie's generosity and caring her to them and their families. She had a special relationship with each one of them and was very concerned about their well-being. I remember that even in her busy and ailing health, she would make a point of finding out how they were doing. In the beginning of January 2023, they remember how she visited them up country, one after another, just to connect with them. I accompanied her with my brother Kirago as the driver, and we started with Brother John's house, where they talked about politics and everything else. Then we went to Mogambi's, and they talked a little bit, just like they used to find, because he'd be talking about how he was bullying her on TV and on radio. Then we moved from there, went to Roges, and finally mine is home. That is the time that she had actually, that's the time she started complaining that she was not feeling well, but she made the effort to make sure that she went and saw them personally. Well, we are happy Our sister is free from pain and sickness. Her absence is really felt, and we look forward to the day we will spend eternity with her. Rest in peace, my sister.